Welcome to Intuition Weekly. I'm Asia, and this is your weekly intuitive forecast. Each week, I tap into the energies of the week ahead to channel messages that help you navigate with clarity. Your intuition led you here for a reason. Let's see what messages are coming through for you this week. Hey there, welcome back to Intuition Weekly. I'm your host, Asia, and after a little break last week from Mother's Day, I'm feeling good about being back, so thanks for your patience. And before we dive in, I just wanted to give a heartfelt nod to all the moms out there for Mother's Day. And, there's different ways for us to experience being a mother. And so I want to acknowledge all of the different types of moms out there, whether you're a mom, whether you're grieving your mom, whether you're trying to become a mom, or redefining what motherhood means in your life. I just want you to know that I see you, and I hope you gave yourself permission to rest and celebrate in a way that felt right to you. And I took last week off to be with my family and to recharge and just really enjoy that Mother's Day. My husband absolutely killed it and gave me the best weekend ever. And now I'm ready to jump back in. And the energy this week is big. It's not loud, but it feels really deep. Like there's something sacred happening right now, and I feel like you are going to feel it. So let's drop in and get into this week's reading. This is your reading for the week of May 19th through the 25th. But remember, as I always say, these messages seem to come to us exactly when we need them. So if you are listening to this during a different time, stick around because these messages are for you as well. The image that I saw for the energy of the week was of a scarab, like an Egyptian scarab. And when the scarab came through, it was shimmering and strong, but it's not flashy. It's strong, it's purposeful, and it felt like an emblem of something sacred moving forward behind the scenes with devotion, not performance. So let's talk about what the scarab means and why it matters for you right now. In ancient Egyptian spirituality, the scarab represents rebirth, transformation, spiritual protection, and cosmic alignment. Scarabs are buried with the dead, placed over the heart, and carved also into sacred talismans that they would take with them. They were decorative and they were protective. They reminded the soul that you're being guided and watched over even when you don't see the path. And so what this really felt like to me was this quiet devotion. I was seeing like a repetitiveness, and the scarab doesn't wait for recognition. It doesn't hustle for applause. It just keeps showing up. And this is the week for you to focus on what you've been building in private. Your secret project, your inner growth, your healing, that quiet, consistent effort is powerful and it's spiritual. And I also feel like it was standing for blind faith. Like there's something you've been showing up for without knowing exactly why. And this week, that effort starts to pay off. You may not have seen the return yet, but the scarab says keep going because you are opening a portal, some type of a portal that's going to open up to opportunity for you. I also feel like the scarab is like a gatekeeper. It signals an opening of some sense, not just metaphorically, but literally. Like I feel like this week might bring a new opportunity, a chance to step into something that you've been wanting for a while. And it could look subtle, like a conversation or a change in energy, but keep an eye out for it because you could easily miss it. I also felt like this could go to like a dark, dirty place. The scarab works in the soil. It works in the dark. And that doesn't mean that you're going to be in a bad place this week. It just felt like something is breaking down in order to be rebuilt. And you might be doing some emotional digging or shedding something old. So I feel like that gives us a good idea of that energy of the scarab this week. And so let's look at how this is going to show up in the 3 intuitive predictions that came through as well. Prediction 1, you're needing to put on your boots and dig in the dirt. And this week you're being called to get dirty, not in a reckless way, but in a rooted way. You're being invited to dig deep and go beneath the surface and work through something that feels gritty. So that might be something emotional or creative or relational. This process might feel messy. I feel like it might get a little bit messy, but it's not wasted effort. You're clearing space and planting something new. And it might not look spiritual from the outside. It might come through as feeling like frustration, like tears, like you're having to start over, or maybe you're having to admit something that is really hard to admit. But the Scarab is saying that this dirt, this messiness that we're working in, this is like sacred soil. So don't stop just because your hands get muddy. And so the message is to keep digging and to keep going, and you're gaining spiritual muscle, and you're going to feel it this week. No pain, no gain. Do you ever feel like you're so close to the life you're meant for, but something just keeps blocking the way? A one-on-one soul reading brings that missing piece into focus, uncovering your soul's true purpose and shining a light on the patterns and blind spots holding you back. Book your one-on-one soul reading with me now at intuitionweekly.com. Prediction number 2 is that it's just a season, so get the support that you need. There feels like there's going to be this heaviness in the air for some of you, especially mentally, and it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It just feels like a lot right now. So this week you may realize that you need mental or emotional support. Even if everything looks fine on the outside, you're carrying a lot and the weight may be catching up to you. And don't wait until you have a breakdown to ask for help. And this support system, this person may not be able to support you in the actual work that you're doing, but they can help you emotionally or mentally. So think of somebody who's a good listener or who can just witness and support you through this hard time. Or maybe they can help you see things a little bit clearer. And don't feel like you're going to be a burden to anybody. Take that support and allow yourself to be held. And I want you to remember, this is a season. It's not a life sentence. So let the Scarab carry some of the weight. You were not. And I want you to remember, this is a season, not a life sentence. You were not meant to carry this all on your own. So ask for that help. Look for that support. You'll be super happy that you did in the end. And prediction number 3, I feel like you have been pushing really hard and working really hard on something, and it's actually going to materialize into this polished image. I feel like all of the hard work is beginning to show in whatever this is that you're creating. So you've been working quietly, you've been showing up consistently, and this week you're going to begin to see why. There's a push coming, maybe like a final effort or a burst of energy or a conversation that requires courage, but it gets you somewhere. You are finally arriving at a new energetic space this week, a space that feels clean, it feels aligned, and it feels like you. It's like your energy is finally clicking into place. You're getting realigned, and you may not realize it until later, but this week is going to be a turning point for you. So let yourself feel proud, and even if you don't see the full reward yet, know that something is polishing itself into clarity. And I had a 4th prediction. I saw this chariot, and I feel like you're finally breaking through the gates. This is definitely a breakthrough energy. And I saw one single chariot, one person finally making it through the gates. And the message is clear. You're infiltrating a space that once felt closed to you. Whether that's energetically, professionally, or socially, you're playing with the big boys now. You're being taken seriously. And most importantly, you're finally getting that break. And it might look like a breakthrough conversation, a yes that you've been waiting on, or just feeling like you're finally in the room where it all happens. And let yourself feel that. And that is not luck. That is from momentum and hard work. That's from putting in the steps and moving things forward. And I want to do a little integration practice today. So we're going to do a Scarab activation. And so find yourself a quiet place. And if you're driving, maybe pause and come back to this when you have a moment to yourself. And you can use this integration at any point during the week. So if you want to come back to it and use it over and over again, do that. And so I want you to sit in quiet, and I want you to visualize a glowing scarab. It's iridescent, golden green, sturdy, crawling across the sand. And each step leaves a shimmer behind. You realize that this is not random. It's carving a path. Now picture this. Behind the scarab, a golden orb. This is your purpose, or your project, or your energy. It's being rolled steadily forward. Not rushed, not chaotic, but it's unshakable. The scarab is helping roll this forward for you. And I want you to say to yourself, I trust in sacred timing. I show up with devotion. I am being carried forward even when I can't see it. And I want you to take a deep breath and let that truth settle in your body and allow yourself to be supported. That scarab is your passion, or it's the universe, or it's God. It's whatever you want it to be, but you don't have to do it alone. So allow that scarab to carry the weight and push that glowing ball of energy forward. And as you're moving through this week, I want you to remember to tell yourself you're doing it. You are moving through, even when it's gritty, even when it's quiet. And this week, I want you to trust that your devotion is being witnessed. Trust that something is opening. And trust that breakthrough doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it comes through with steadiness and support and just this quiet, constant knowing. So don't expect it to always shout it from the rooftops at you, but just be open-minded and aware. And that's your reading for the week ahead. I hope that helps bring a little bit of clarity to your week and a little confidence to move through. And if these messages landed for you, could you do me a favor? Could you please share this with one friend that you think might enjoy hearing these messages as well? It would truly mean the world to me if you could share it with one person. And I want you to just keep in mind this week that you are making it through those gates. So keep on going, enjoy the week ahead, and I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Bye-bye.